I'm Cham Chong, it's Wednesday, and here is your clip of the day.
Come on down and chump some of this shit. Son of a bitch!
G'day guys, welcome to the Wednesday edition. If you got a funny, awesome short clip from any game that you've played, you can post it as a video response down below, and it could be on the show, but for now we have the news. If you haven't heard, just less than 48 hours ago, the state of California shut down those crazy people that were calling us crazy Xbox gamers and crazy PS3 kids. Basically what happened is there was a court session on violent video games being sold to kids, and the Supreme Court in California sided with the gaming industry and not those other people. Basically what this means is that kids can now go into a store and buy violent video games as they used to. Now the reason this is actually brought into court is, well, parents were complaining that, well, my kid is buying violent video games and killing people in real life. Not exactly like that, but you get my point. The part that confuses me is that parents find the time to go to their local governments and complain to them about their kids playing all these violent video games and buying them, when they don't actually find the time to look what their kids are actually playing and say, no, I'm your parent, I say you can't play this game. Also, on another note, there's no proof that there's actual link between video game violence and real life violence, so yeah, that whole argument is pointless. Usually those people that are crazy in real life and kill people and stuff are already insane, so yeah. And to add to this, there's more of a chance of you getting into your car and dying from a car crash than you actually playing a game, then becoming insane and killing a bunch of people at a post office or something. Over here in Australia, we have a similar issue with our R18 rating. Actually, I should say lack of an R18 rating, because actually I shouldn't really get into it because I'd be talking for hours. But anyway, in the end of it all, kids in California can still buy violent video games, and parents should act like parents and not just go complaining to someone else instead of looking after their kids. And if they don't look after their kids, something sad might happen, which is my transition to the sad news. Sad news! What the fuck? Okay, so today's sad news, I'm not actually sure if it is sad news, but about 10% of PSN users have not come back after that infamous outage. Sony have revealed that 90% of PSN users have come back online, which raises the question, what happened to the other 10%? Some of the possibilities are that these gamers that have not returned are just too plain lazy to sign back in, or they found a thing called life, or the most likely they just went to another console instead. But I did actually hear from a lot of people while PSN was down that they have rediscovered a thing called story mode. Really, they found it again, and they've actually shied away from online multiplayer. But you're probably thinking, 10% isn't much, but it actually is a lot of people, so Sony probably know that right in the back of their heads and they're a little bit scared about it, but it doesn't really worry them at this point. I could just imagine how scared Sony would really be if they lost more than 10%, because they would be losing big money on that one, but it's not the big news. Big news! Just as you think Activision have no other games besides Call of Duty after removing all those titles, they come back with a classic. Remember the game GoldenEye on the N64 and how it was remade last year on the Nintendo Wii? Well, it was supposed to have an Xbox Live version made during the same time, but it was cancelled. No other news did come up after all that, but now some news has come up about Activision registering some domain names. Those domain names are GoldenEyeReloadedGame.com and GoldenEye007GameReloaded.com. There's currently no other news, but we can speculate that it's for something called GoldenEye Reloaded. My guess is that they might finally come out with an Xbox version for the game after fixing all their legal issues that they've had with the whole Xbox side of things. I really can't wait to see how this evolves, because the original GoldenEye was a whole lot of fun and the Wii one was okay, but imagine it over Xbox Live and that would be amazing. Kind of like Gorilla Man's amazing questions. Thanks, Gorilla Man. Okay guys, Gorilla Man wants to know, if you could have an old school video game go online, which game would it be and why? So get really creative with your answers and put them down in the comment section below, and they could be on Friday's show. Speaking of this upcoming Friday, the video is going to be a special edition video, so make sure to tune in, because I'm Cham Chong, my accent's Australian, and here are the answers to Gorilla Man's previous question.